Hey, Hope.
Hey, Rachel.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, since this is Coffee and Conversations with Rachel, do you have a favorite coffee? And if not coffee, do you like tea like I do?
I love tea. My favorite tea is like green tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cold or hot?
Hot with
Hot.
lemon. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I like cold or hot tea. I'll take either one. Well, I would love to know your story. I know you were not born in America. You were born back in Africa and moved over here, I guess, probably 8-10 years ago. So I'd love to know a little bit more where you were born, how you ended up in Kenya, just things like that.
Well, I was born in a small town called Chanika. So it's close to a bigger city called Musanze right now. But before it was called Ruhengeri. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with those names. It's a really small town close to in Uganda.
Okay.
So like we can walk by foot to go to Uganda. And within 30 minutes we'll be in Uganda. So yeah. So I was there for until when I was 11 years old. And I moved to Kenya, and there I lived with my cousin. She raised me up until like 2015.
Okay. And why did you go to Kenya?
I went to Kenya because they wanted me to attend a better school, plus keep her company with her young family. She had one kid by that time, and Kenya is almost like US. Like there's not a lot of people are just
Not
minding their own
kinda?
business, like community. So she kind of wanted, me to be around her son, go
Okay.
to school together, come back, play together. And yeah,
So did you just move to Kenya and the rest of your family stayed back?
Yes.
Okay.
My mom and my 5 other siblings stayed back. Yeah.
Okay. Was that hard at first? Since you were only 11, you said?
It was really hard. Honestly. That's the hardest thing that ever happened to me. It was so hard. Like, I will miss them. But I visited there like 2003.
Okay.
Sorry. And after that, did I say? No. Flashback. I moved there 2003, and then I visited 2004. After that, I went back 2012. So that's so long. Like, I missed them, and it was a struggle. Yeah, and there was no phones back then. Like, the internet was not like back then. It was not like now. Like, we didn't have video chat. We didn't have FaceTime. Right now, I can talk to my family in Rwanda, through WhatsApp videos. So we kind of talk to each other every day. But back then, you will go even a year without talking to anybody. So it was kind of challenging.
That would be very hard, even as a mom, being like, oh, my kid's almost 11 and sending him off 24 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'd even be different now because I would get to talk to him. But back then, that would be really challenging. And you said you met your husband in Kenya or Rwanda?
I met him in Kenya.
Oh, so y'all have known each other for a while before y'all got married.
Yes, I believe we met. Oh my, time goes so fast. Yeah, but did we meet in 2009? He was visiting, I think, family as well and all that. But yeah, it's been a while since we have known each other.
So y'all have known each other, and then he moved over to America in what did you say, 2015?
No, he moved here 2000. 10, I believe. Yeah. So we stayed connected through the phone. Yeah. We'll talk, email. Yeah.
Okay. And he moved here to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did he go to school for?
He went to school for biochemistry.
And y'all stayed in contact those 5 years. Did he ever come back to Africa?
He came back only to propose and we got married. So our whole relationship was like through the internet, through the phone. Yeah.
Okay. So y'all dated for 5 years. He came back, proposed. Y'all got married over there. And then did you immediately move to America? Y'all got married and then y'all moved over here?
Well, you have to wait. You have to wait for the process.
Oh, yes. The green cards and stuff.
And green card. Yeah. So I waited for, I think, 9 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he was back over here.
Yes, he was. He had to come back for work.
Okay. And what does he do now?
He's been a school teacher ever since he graduated. He's in 2012.
Okay.
I believe. I'm not sure.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. 2014. Yeah.
Awesome. And when you came over here, did you start working or did you take a little break and go to school? What did you end up doing?
I moved here 2016. So I started working, doing some part-time jobs because I got pregnant as well. Yeah. And also after a few years, I started school.
What are you going to school for now?
I'm trying to get my bachelor's degree in nursing.
Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Are you loving being an LVN?
Yeah, I love it. I get to work with people every day. And yeah.
When you moved over here with your husband, was it a little bit of a culture shock or did you really enjoy it? Or was there any big struggles when you moved over here?
The struggle that I had would be like maybe socializing, like since I didn't have any, like a lot of friends here. Of course, his friends became my friend, but also like, being far away from your family.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will, be kind of a little bit lonely. Yeah, not in a bad way, but I will miss my family.
Of course, that would be hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Does any of your other family live over here? Or is it just you and him?
Just me and him, my mother-in-law, his brother, and that's it. I have some cousin in other states, but yeah, I don't know direct family here. Yeah.
So you had to build like a whole new community.
Yes.
And is that what kind of brought y'all to Westover?
Well, my husband already had a community, so he has a lot of friends. When I came, like I said, when I said about lonely, not in a bad way, because he had a lot of friends and they made me feel welcome. And I think he was already coming to Westover, but not constantly. Like he knew Tom and Rebecca and they were working, helping refugees.
Yeah, awesome.
And everything that the international ministry do. I think he was a little bit involved. I'm not sure though, because we don't talk about it that much. Yeah. But for sure, I know that he knew Tom and Rebecca and yeah.
When did y'all start getting like really involved in Westover?
I started being involved when my daughter turned, I think, around 2. So that's when I started, she will say church, and bringing them, and they have their specific class with the same age group. That kind of, it kind of give them a little bit of time to socialize, and which they don't get that much. And they also meet kids they already know outside the church, like Ramjan's kids and also other kids, So it kind of made me like to focus more, to make time for Sunday church and bring them.
And how old are your girls?
My older daughter is 7. The other one is 5.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very close to my kids' ages. So they have Miss Judy, and I'm sure Your older one loves Miss Judy, like my kid loves Miss Judy.
She does. She does. She always say, "Oh, I have to finish my church homework."
Yep. Miss Judy gives out prizes for that homework.
Yes.
Yeah, my son is very adamant on doing his homework. She has some cool prizes sometimes in that box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest struggle parenting over here in America compared back to Africa?
Well, my biggest struggle, I would say, it's making time so to make sure my kids experience like what I experienced growing up, or even better, like, back home, I would say a little bit back home, kids grow like with other kids around the community, the village. They'll go out, no worries that I run them over, because it's, even in the city, we have like neighbors, house to house. People are really open and, kids playing. It's not a big deal. But over here, it's even hard to know. Maybe it's just me, but it's even hard to know your neighbor, and you can't just let your kid go out and play without you being present. So my struggle is finding time so my kids cannot, can
connect with other kids
so
outside of school.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to take them for games. Like I have to take them, outside, and also make time for them to meet their friends. Like,
yeah. And are they enjoying school?
They are.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm so glad. That would be a big change, going from just going outside after school, playing with your friends all day, and then not being able to do that. You having to make the time for that and be very intentional about that. Do any of the Westover community live near y'all? Any of the refugee community or anything?
No one that I know right now, but I see, there are some I know, but not necessarily like neighbors. Yeah. What do you feel like is the most impactful thing that you do at home with the kids to show them Jesus and God's love? I try to read them like a Bible story at night. How some nights, we might skip.
Oh, yeah.
But that really helps them learn about, the
love.
Yes, love and kindness. So I try to put that in my schedule to do it.
That's awesome. That's very intentional. Yeah, we try to do that too, but sometimes life just gets busy and we don't get to do it. So
yesterday my daughter was like, so I asked her like, what are we reading today? She's like, Mom, they have a date on the Bible. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, she's keeping up.
Good for her. Good for her. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your story with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.